In the tech industry, a brilliant software engineer can rewrite a broken application in a few weeks, but if you lose the underlying data, your company ceases to exist in a matter of seconds. My name is Elena, and I was the lead database administrator for a rapidly growing SaaS platform. My entire professional existence revolved around one absolute rule: data must be immortal. I didn't care about the user interface or the front-end design. My job was to design, encrypt, and aggressively back up the company's entire historical database using deep cloud redundancy across multiple geographic availability zones. I built a bulletproof infrastructure where every single transaction, every customer contract, and every user profile was backed up in real time, meaning that even if our main data center was struck by a meteor, the company wouldn't lose a single byte of information. But the hardest part of being a DBA isn't protecting the servers from hardware failures. It is protecting the servers from corporate executives who look at a highly optimized, heavily encrypted safety net and see nothing but an unnecessary line item on their monthly budget report. If you have ever watched a toxic manager blindly destroy the company's only life insurance policy just to save a few dollars, keep watching. Welcome back to Scars and Silk. Hit that subscribe button right now, because today I am going to show you exactly what happens when management forces you to delete the backups, and you let them take the fall when the servers inevitably burn down. The problem with building a perfect system is that eventually, someone in a suit is going to ask why they are paying so much money to maintain something that never breaks. Enter Simon, our newly appointed director of IT operations. Simon wasn't a database engineer or a cloud architect. He was an aggressive cost cutter hired specifically by the board to trim the fat across all technical departments before the end of the fiscal year. During his first week, he decided to audit the monthly infrastructure expenses, and his eyes locked onto my database storage budget. In a high-availability enterprise environment, true security requires deep cloud redundancy, which means we were paying premium cloud hosting fees to maintain 3 mirrored, geographically separated backups of our massive primary database. To anyone who understands enterprise architecture, this is the non-negotiable cost of doing business. But to Simon, it was a massive, glaring target for his budget cuts. He couldn't comprehend why the company was paying thousands of dollars every month for tertiary disaster recovery storage when our primary servers hadn't experienced a single failure in over 5 years. He looked at a flawless operational record and didn't see the result of meticulous engineering. He saw a fake insurance policy that was eating into his department's profitability metrics. Simon summoned me to his glass office and threw my infrastructure budget report across his desk. He flat out demanded that I immediately cancel all 3 of our premium redundant cloud backup contracts and migrate our entire production database to a single, low-cost, standard-tier server to save a fraction of our monthly operating budget. I calmly tried to explain the basic physics of enterprise data management to him. I explicitly warned him that removing our geographic redundancy would create a massive single point of failure in our core architecture. I looked him dead in the eye and explained that if we moved everything to a single isolated storage instance, and that one specific hard drive corrupted or failed, there would be absolutely no safety net. 10 years of financial records, legally binding client contracts, and millions of active user profiles would simply vanish, and the entire company would effectively cease to exist overnight. Simon just scoffed at my warning. He told me that I was being overly dramatic, that modern hard drives don't just fail, and that my job was to optimize operations, not to hoard data out of technical paranoia. He gave me a direct, non-negotiable order to execute the server migration and completely delete the redundant backup environments by the end of the day. He thought he was being a visionary executive ruthlessly cutting out the dead weight to impress the board of directors. He didn't realize that he had just ordered me to strip the brakes off a speeding train right before a massive cliff. I didn't argue with him. In database administration, when an executive demands that you deliberately destroy the company's only disaster recovery plan, you don't fight them, you just make sure they hold the match. I immediately drafted a highly specific data risk acknowledgement document. I explicitly outlined that migrating to a single server environment created a catastrophic single point of failure, and that the company was now at imminent risk of total, irreversible data loss. I added a clause stating that by authorizing this migration, Simon was personally assuming full legal, operational, and financial responsibility for any future database corruption. I printed it, walked back into his office, and told him the migration wouldn't start until he signed the paper. He actually rolled his eyes, called me a typical overcautious engineer, and scribbled his signature across the bottom. So, I went back to my terminal, initiated the migration to his cheap server, and permanently deleted our 3 premium redundant cloud backups. I want to pause the story right here to talk to every brilliant woman architecting infrastructure in the tech world. Have you ever had to sit back and watch a manager blindly destroy a perfect system just to stroke his own ego? Go down to the comments right now and drop a floppy disk or a server file cabinet emoji if you know that the absolute best defense against toxic management is a legally binding signature. And make sure you hit that subscribe button to join the Scars and Silk network, because you need to see exactly what happens when the cheap server finally crashes. Back to the story. Simon got his budget cut, the board praised his financial optimization, and I went home, fully aware that the company was now flying without a parachute. It took exactly 3 weeks for Simon's brilliant cost-saving strategy to completely detonate. On a random Tuesday afternoon, a junior developer pushed a routine schema update directly to the production environment without properly testing the migration scripts. In a redundant, high-availability architecture, this would have been a minor inconvenience because my team would have simply rolled back to the cloud backup from 5 minutes prior. But we didn't have a backup anymore. The flawed script entered Simon's cheap, isolated server and aggressively began rewriting the core tables, instantly corrupting the master database index. Because there was absolutely no safety net, the data corruption cascaded through the primary storage drive at lightning speed. By the time the automated monitoring systems detected the catastrophic failure and forcefully shut down the server, the damage was already irreversible. 10 years of pristine corporate history, millions of legally binding client contracts, complex financial ledgers, and every single active user profile on the platform had been completely obliterated. The entire database was violently transformed into a massive, unreadable block of scrambled binary code. Every single dashboard across the company simultaneously went dark, customer portals crashed with fatal errors, and the entire flagship platform flatlined. Simon had successfully saved the company $500 a month, and in return, he had just wiped a multi-million-dollar corporation entirely off the face of the earth. The absolute chaos that followed was deafening. Within 10 minutes of the platform flatlining, my phone started ringing off the hook, and Simon burst into my office, completely frantic and sweating through his designer shirt. He was screaming at the top of his lungs, demanding to know why the system was down and ordering me to initiate the disaster recovery protocols immediately. I calmly turned my monitor towards him, showing the terminal screen that confirmed the complete destruction of the master index, and reminded him that we no longer had any disaster recovery protocols to initiate. Simon's face went pale, but his panic quickly turned into a desperate, aggressive attack. He started threatening me, insisting that a lead DBA should always have a secret backup, a hidden snapshot, or some kind of technical magic to pull the company out of the fire. He literally demanded that I hack into the corrupted drive and reconstruct millions of shattered database tables by hand, screaming that if I didn't fix this immediately, he was going to tell the CEO that my gross technical negligence was responsible for the catastrophic outage. He was trying to rewrite history in real time, desperately trying to shift the blame for the destruction he had caused directly onto my shoulders. I didn't yell back, I didn't panic, and I certainly didn't offer to perform any database miracles. I just opened the company's legal repository, pulled up the exact document he had confidently signed 3 weeks prior, and prepared to show him the true cost of his aggressive financial optimization. I didn't say a single word in my defense. I simply joined the executive board's emergency video conference, shared my screen, and projected the data risk acknowledgement form that Simon had mocked and signed exactly 3 weeks earlier. The high-definition display perfectly illuminated his signature directly beneath the clause explicitly stating he assumed full legal and financial responsibility for the imminent risk of catastrophic data loss. The CEO went completely silent as the devastating reality of the situation set in. Before Simon could even stutter an excuse to the board, I slid my company badge and a printed letter of resignation across the desk. I calmly informed the executive team that I had already accepted a highly lucrative position as a principal data architect for a major international bank. However, seeing as their entire corporate history was currently trapped inside a severely corrupted, fragmented hard drive, I offered them a final parting gift. I handed the CEO an independent contractor agreement for my specialized forensic data recovery services, carrying a non-negotiable upfront retainer of $750,000. I made sure to look Simon dead in the eye when I explicitly noted that, due to the severe hardware corruption he caused, my forensic team could probably only guarantee a maximum data recovery rate of about 30%. Simon was immediately terminated for cause and escorted out of the building by security, facing a massive lawsuit from the company's furious shareholders. The platform never fully recovered, the stock plummeted, and I walked out the door with a massive consulting check to attempt to fix a disaster I warned them about. To every brilliant woman building the foundations of the tech world, your ultimate power isn't just in writing perfect code or building flawless databases. It's in knowing exactly when to step back and let an arrogant manager face the absolute consequences of ignoring your expertise. If you know the true value of your data, go down to the comments right now and drop a hard drive computer disk or a fire emoji so I know you're watching. And make sure you hit that subscribe button to join the Scars and Silk Empire. Build your backups, get everything in writing, and never let them break your servers for free.